Hi again. So, there's a lot to talk about on the previous topic about shadow work, the internal narcissist, but I'm going to talk about something else today, although I am looking forward to doing more of that. Also, I got a new mic, so hopefully that helps with the sound. I know a lot of my previous videos don't have the best sound, but it is what it is. I'm kind of making these just to make them. They really do feel like the right thing to do right now. Today I wanted to talk, though, about something that might be called the dance of reality or the dance of cosmic destruction. I think also is a common name for the dance of spirit or consciousness and nature or matter. Prakriti and Purush, Tandav dance of Shiva. So, to really accept this kind of thinking requires an amount of understanding that there is an immaterial aspect to our being, to our nature. It's easy enough to say that everything is matter, everything is material, everything can be quantified and measured with instruments that aren't just the human body. But I really can't see how that can be. It doesn't make sense for me to have this whole invisible landscape with a vast array of emotions and thoughts, varying sense of self, unique, altered experiences with or without substances. In meditation and just in life, a lot of times you'll realize that it's pretty surreal sometimes. And so this invisible self, this invisible part of our nature, that's often called the spirit or consciousness. It might be a more middle ground. Like it's easy to accept that maybe you don't believe that there's a soul or spirit, but to relegate consciousness to something that just sits in a brain is not listening to the research. But so that's consciousness, and consciousness has this desire, this drive to expand beyond its own limitations. I mean, that's kind of what I've been talking about in a lot of the videos, is this desire to grow and be better and do something more and see more and be more. It's a natural way that consciousness exists. On the other hand, it's met with the ultimate limitation of all, the ultimate limiting belief, if you will, that being nature. Nature is the cause and effect principle, right? It may seem like something that once consciousness understands that it is consciousness and it can have the chance to sit in itself, transcending nature may seem like something a lot of people would want to do. But that's, I really think, a misunderstanding. Nature is amazing. If we are truly consciousness, if we are truly the divine essence, manifested as a body, then these bodies that we manifest in were part of the agreed upon limits in this dance. At least where we come to now. There is room for growth. There is room for change. But we have to respect and honor and love what we have right now. We have to learn, if we want to do this dance skillfully, to listen to our bodies, to see that when all things are connected in consciousness, even this exterior body, like this body here and the space around me and the sky, when you start to expand your consciousness more and more to fit it all in, you see that all these bodies are deeply connected. Going this route trying to make change, you can make so much more change. It does require that bit of cosmic consciousness. So what do I mean when I say that? It means expanding your mind to include more things in it than just being situated in the body. If you're just situated in the body and you're doing a health kick and you're getting great and healthy, that's wonderful. But it's relegated to yourself. If you're meditating all the time and, finding the joy in living because of that. If you expand your consciousness to include everyone in your vicinity, then you'll also help them naturally to realize a lot of the things you are too. It's really amazing to see how much change we can make in the world just by working on ourselves when we truly see ourselves as the world. You have to work within the system to be able to make any sort of significant change. But when we're tiny, separated individuals, we don't really have any connection to anyone when thinking like that. Consciousness asks to move the limits. Nature responds by being like, that's a little much. Or maybe, yeah, sure. Or if you give me the respect I deserve, right? It's a constant back and forth, but it's a loving relationship. It's only when we as consciousness, not we as body, but when we as consciousness want to push too far, to manipulate, to control. And that's what we've been doing. We've been exploiting nature because we're exploiting ourselves. We've been destroying nature, ignoring it, because we've been ignoring our own bodies. The experience of cosmic expansion, of widening your sense of self, can be extremely disruptive, difficult, even frightening, scary. And a lot of that has to do with the unchecked wounds, the unchecked emotional landscape, the unchecked mental space, the unchecked relationship to our body and to other people around us. If we expand our consciousness with a lot of those being unhealthy, we are going to see that in frightening ways in the world around us. It would be nice if we always had the choice about when our consciousness started taking in more, when we started seeing things a little differently. But there comes times, as we're entering now, where people's sense of self is changing. Not only are they experiencing a lot of difficulty around them, but a lot of difficulty in their lives too. If we're not able to look at ourselves, if we're not able to see where this difficulty is coming from and how we can change our lives, often the answer to what we need to do is very obvious. If we can't figure out the answer, we're setting up the problem incorrectly. But like I said, it's not always the case that we can choose when we start seeing ourselves more and more in the world around us. It's potential to use imagination to help get to a better place, but the imagination is run by the mind and the emotions and your sense of self in the body, your grounding. So think about that. Things are happening. A lot is going to change in the world. A lot is changing in the world. A lot is changing in ourselves. The dance is taking another movement, right? Cosmic, individual. Cosmic, individual. When you do that, you get so much if you're open to the experience when it's open. And you can come back to the self and lead a life that takes in those realizations, changes itself, finds a new direction. Let's make this world move in a better direction. Let's do this together. I'm always here to talk. Love you all.